What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about my account being hacked. So, on the 6th of January, I woke up. Weirdly enough, it was actually when I woke up, I'm pretty sure, and I get flooded with a bunch of emails basically saying that loads of stuff on my account is being changed, from my two-factor authentication to my password, login information, to the very last email saying that my recovery email has been changed, because I didn't see any of these notifications on my actual, that's weirdly enough, I didn't see them on my actual Gmail account. I saw them on my recovery account. And the very last one said my recovery email had been changed. So I didn't get any more updates of what was happening to my account after that. So yeah, my account was hacked. Now, I had two-factor authentication set up. In fact, I had multiple set up. I didn't have backup codes, which I've only just become aware of. And I didn't have backup, like, USB device, which is kind of cool. I might set that up as well. But I've been thinking about those things, and I've been thinking if they're even worth it. Because so the way I was hacked was through a session token. Now, I don't know enough about this, and I've only done sort of a little research, but I assume what this is doing is basically they're simulating that they are on your account on another device, and because it's using a current session token, it's basically saying, oh, look, you're already in, right? So they're not actually having to log in, they're not having to use my password, they're not having to use my two-factor authentication. And because of this, they basically just have complete access to my account, and they were able to change all my things. Now, it's been 17 days since I was hacked, and I finally have the account back. And I do have Google to thank for that at the end of the day. As much as I could sit here and say 17 days is a long time, I am a smaller channel. From what I'm aware, and looking on Twitter, or x.com, sorry, I've been seeing a lot of people saying that they've been hacked as well. Now, to contact Google, so it took me forever. I think I will talk about this, as much as I don't want to slate Google. I do think that the way that they have a customer service is pretty appalling. The sort of the way to get hold of them, right? Like, they have a phone number. I called Dan. It said we don't. I can't remember what it said, but it was something like we don't give support over the phone. Use our website, and then it like hung up. That was very odd. And then I took forever, but I was able to actually get to a live chat. And I swear this live chat didn't exist when I was first looking for it, but I eventually got to a live chat, and I was like, sweet, let's talk to them here. And they weren't very helpful. In fact, they offered so little help that they didn't even tell me where else I was able to contact Google or YouTube to get further assistance. Basically, I went on there, they said, oh yeah, just use the recovery options. And I was like, I can't use the recovery options because all my recovery information was changed, right? I couldn't use the recovery methods to get back into my Google account. So when I said that to them, they were like, basically they said, well, we can't change anything our side. Bye. And that sounds like I'm exaggerating, but no, that was pretty much what they said. I didn't take any pictures of it, but yeah, that's pretty much what they said. We can't do anything our side. Goodbye. They didn't link me anywhere to get further assistance. Luckily, my friend, he told me to contact them on Twitter. Now, I didn't know to do this. Like, I wasn't aware that you could even contact customer service for YouTube or Google on Twitter or x.com. I had never seen this before. I'd never been made aware of this. Google and YouTube, I'd never seen any like, oh, if you need any further assistance, contact us on Twitter. Maybe there is, and maybe in my YouTube studio, it does say that. I can't see it anywhere. I've got it up on my other monitor. I don't see stuff like that anywhere. Anyways, I contacted them there, and they eventually, well, I say eventually, they were pretty fast on x.com. You have to, so for anyone who has been hacked, anyone who needs YouTube for something urgent, at Team YouTube, without a space, just Team YouTube, because that's obviously how tags work, you don't space them, and then write your concern when you've posted that. So at YouTube in your post, my account's been hacked, I need some help. And they will basically give you access to messaging them, and then they will open up a Gmail or Outlook, I guess. My recovery was my Gmail. I can't remember if that had to be a Gmail. And then you will go through a sort of just back-to-back emails on your Gmail account to get your account recovered. They were very swift on the very first day with actually terminating the YouTube channel and denying access, or I guess logging out all the devices from the account. Then they sent me a password recovery. The problem with this is all that technically worked, except When I actually got in, I changed my password. It was like, we don't recognize your device. Use your recovery email to verify it's you. This is the wrong email address when I put in the new, because they changed my recovery email to the one I was communicating with them on. Even though they could use my Outlook still, I still use that email address. That was the old recovery, but they changed it to a new recovery. Cool, whatever, that's fine. So I wrote in the new one, we don't recognize this email address. Oh, okay, I tried a different email address. Too many attempts have been made. What? Tried again, too many attempts have been made. Try again in 1 to 2, or in a few hours, I think it says. I have all the screenshots down, but I won't share them just because there's any information there I shouldn't be sharing. This happened for, so what we're probably 2 days in. This happened for maybe, when did I get the account back? Maybe 4 days ago? 4 days ago? 3 days ago? So this would have happened for about 13 days or something like that. So basically, I just kept being told there was too many attempts. In fact, that actually is not fully true. On the, 10th, 11th day in, of still waiting for my account, I tried to log in again, because every other day I'm trying to log in. I try to log in again, and it says something like, it doesn't even take me to the recovery section anymore. It just basically says, we don't recognize this device. Log in from somewhere else. Nothing else. No extra option, no other form of recovery, nothing. So now I'm actually in a worse position because it doesn't even take me to the recovery section. It just tells me they don't recognize the device. So that was interesting. 5 days later, I went to log in anyway. And it worked. My password worked, and it basically got me to... this is a new password. I reset to a new one on the very first day after recovering it. It then asked me to put in a new password, weirdly enough. So basically, I got another new password. I'm using generated passwords now. I got hacked through a session token, so it really doesn't matter using a generated password, except for people who try to hack me by guessing my password, I guess. Yeah, and I was able to get back in. So now I was in my Google account, and then I tell them, yeah, I'm in my Google account, even though they told me not to keep attempting to do it. A day later, they're like, oh, looks, good news. You're able to get back into your Google account. I was like, yes, I'm in it. I already told you this. And the next day, then they were like, oh, but it seems like your YouTube was trademark striked. You know, basically had a strike on my account, and that's why it was terminated. And I was like, yeah, I know. We've already discussed this. And they were like, you got to speak to another team to recover it. Okay, so I had to speak to another team to get it recovered. And unfortunately, from what I'm aware, I now it back, but I can't revert any of my changes. So I'm going to have to manually get everything back to the way it was, which is a little bit upsetting. I was hoping they... I actually have my Spotify account hacked, because basically when my Google was hacked, I have all my passwords saved in my Google, which I've now deleted, but I had all my passwords saved in my Google. So basically, by getting into my Gmail, they got into my password manager, and they clearly just copy, because you can click export and get all that off, and they just nicked all my passwords for every account. So for about... I've not had anyone log into an account from what I could tell now, but for about... up to like the 15th day after being hacked, up to about 2 days ago, they were just signing into other accounts and trying to change information. And they signed into one of my Spotify accounts, which I didn't even realize I had. It's not like an account I actually use, like that Spotify account anyway. And they were really quick. Within the hour, they changed the email address. So my email address wasn't even associated with the account anymore. I don't really understand the purpose of that. Pretty weird. But yeah, and Spotify sent me an email saying, oh, your password or your email address was changed. I clicked a button that said, this wasn't me. They said, I emailed them directly saying, yeah, my account was hacked, or they used a password from a hacked account. Is there any way I could like revert the changes? And then within the hour, Spotify was like, yeah, we've reverted all your changes from the time that that was signed in from that device. And here's the password reset link, and boom, recovered. Spotify was spot on. That got recovered very quickly, but yeah, I'm going to have to manually sort out my YouTube now. But I just wanted to have this video to say that I was hacked. If anyone's still here and hearing my ranting, it was a very long and stressful experience. I'm not someone who particularly gets stressed, but it still was stressful regardless. Like, I wasn't particularly losing sleep over it, but it's still not nice having to sit there. My Google account is kind of linked to a lot of stuff. So not having access to that meant, I mean, even like I watch YouTube, so not being not subscribed to all the people I've subscribed to and stuff like that was just like, ugh. So yeah, I will continue streaming. I don't know when I'm gonna stream because I still need to sort out my channel and everything, and I'm very exhausted trying to sort out the account. Yeah, I will catch you guys in the next stream or in the next video. I'll see you guys then.